Rats, soldiers, darkness, and one shining goal, the Platinum Trophy in A Plague Tale: Innocence. This game throws everything at you, swarms of vermin, brutal encounters, and a story that drags you through the mud of medieval France. But hidden in all that chaos, every single trophy waiting to be unlocked. In this video, you'll watch the Platinum unfold step by step in level order, trophy by trophy, from the very first slingshot to the final moment the Platinum pops. Now these videos do take a lot of hard work to create, and I love making them for you guys. If you could drop a like on the video at this stage, it'll be incredible. Let's dive right in. The journey to the Platinum starts here, in Chapter 1, the Rune Legacy. As the opening chapter, mostly setting the stage, playing as a 15-year-old Amicia Rune, off with our father hunting a boar with the family dog Leon. At the end of the hunt, we're chasing after the dog, to which we see any dog lover's worst nightmare. We dare not show the PTSD clip, but the hole in the ground swallows him up with what looks to be a plagued nest. Heading back to the house gives Amicia a chance to test her sling in the practice area, making sure to hit all the targets. Do it clean and you'll unlock the more practice trophy right away. That's our first step towards the Platinum. Quick, simple, and it sets the tone. From here on, every chapter pushes us closer to that final goal. From there, Amicia rushes back to the family estate where the evil Inquisition storms in looking for her younger brother Hugo. This is where the story truly kicks off, forcing Amicia to protect Hugo, the little brother she barely knows. Due to the mother protecting him for reasons that will become apparent, Amicia and Hugo flee their home with dramatic end, and everything starts to fall apart around them.
Hurry now! Follow the river! It will lead you to Laurentius! Mother, no!
This unlocks our first story trophy and the second of the game, the Rune Legacy. Chapter 2 begins with Amicia and Hugo on the run. Having just escaped the Inquisition's attack from their home, the pace picks up immediately. No more safety, no more quiet training days. From here on, survival is everything. Early in this chapter, you'll get your first collectible related trophy, Feeding the Hungry. Keep an eye out in the village square, there's an apple tree that can be interacted with. Giving Hugo the apple pops the trophy. Don't let that moment of peace fool you. The rest of the village is anything but friendly. The townsfolk are terrified of the plague, and the Inquisition has poisoned their mind against strangers. That fear quickly turns to anger when they spot Amicia and Hugo. The level escalates fast. You'll dodge villagers, sneak through alleys, and use your sling to clear paths while keeping Hugo close at all times. Every step you take makes the world feel smaller, more dangerous, and more desperate. And just when you think you've made it out, the chapter closes with the first real combat challenge. An armoured soldier corners you, and the only way to take him down is to break his armour. The final shot should break off his helmet, and with one clean headshot, the soldier will fall. And with that, you unlock your story trophy, The Strangers, marking the end of Chapter 2. Chapter 3, Retribution, takes everything you've learned so far, sneaking, slinging, surviving, and throws you straight into the jaws of the plague. Escaping the Inquisition, still trying to find Laurentius, the doctor and alchemist that worked with Beatrice de Rune to help Hugo, and this is where Amicia and Hugo first come face to face with the swarms and swarms of rats that define this world. The villagers may have been dangerous, but these things are unstoppable. They don't just chase you, they consume everything in their path, leaving nothing but bones behind. I mean, just ask the priest. No! Okay, this game is suddenly scary. I don't mind rats. I think we mind this many rats. Jesus. Fire is our best friend in this game. This is like Gears of War and the Krill. Stay in the light. What was the budget on doing the lighting for this game? Oh my god. Okay. Sticks only burn for a few moments before they go out. That's even more terrifying. I've got a limited stick now. I need something better than a stick. Dead guy on the floor, half eaten. Why didn't they eat the rest of him?
I should be able to knock it down.
Whoop. Right, nice. That's a great question, Hugo. What is that stuff in the walls? Like something out of Alien. Come on, let me light the brazier. Come on. Yes. The detail. The level of detail. This is so like Alien with rats. Is that freedom? There's light. There's light. Run. 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 Jesus Christ, these rats are terrifying. Oh. And for chapter 3, we get our trophy Retribution. Chapter 4, The Apprentice. After escaping the horrors of the village and the swarms of rats, Amicia and Hugo finally arriving at Laurentis' farm. For the first time since the game began, there's a little calm, a bit of space to breathe. But Hugo, being Hugo, doesn't want to rest just yet, and he darts off and challenges Amicia to a quick game of hide and seek. Search the area, listen closely for his voice, and when you track him down in his hiding spot, you'll unlock the Found Trophy.
You found me!
Do you really think this is the time to be playing games?
Passing through one of the most gruesome areas known to man, we eventually do reach the farm and are introduced to Lucas, Laurentis' young apprentice. He welcomes Amicia and Hugo inside and for the first time explains what's really going on. Lucas introduces you to the basics of alchemy and crafting, the upgrade system that will carry you through the rest of the game. From now on, every scrap of fabric, leather and sulfur you gather can be turned into the difference between survival and death. It's here Amicia learns to craft ignifer, a mixture that lets her light fires, and it couldn't come at a better time because the plague is closing in fast. The chaos builds until Laurentis, already very ill, sacrifices himself to hold back the plague while Lucas helps Amicia and Hugo escape. Surviving the escape with Hugo and Lucas, we earn the story trophy, The Apprentice. After escaping Laurentis' farm, Amicia, Hugo and Lucas push deeper into the countryside and stumble into the aftermath of a brutal battle. The ground is littered with corpses and the air is thick with crows and smoke. It's the game's first look at war's devastation, with the plague feeding on the dead. Along the way comes a missable moment. A soldier cries out for help, trapped by rats. If you take the time to ignite a nearby torch and drive the swarm back, you'll unlock the Saviour Trophy. It's a small beat, but it shows Amicia's humanity.
You saved me. Oh, thank you.
Lucas also begins teaching Amicia more about alchemy here, introducing mixtures like sonum, which lets her silently dispatch enemies. This opens up stealth in new ways and marks the next stage of Amicia's growth from survivor to fighter. Fire swinging braziers and a collapsing ground raises the stakes, until finally the group reaches the aqueduct. But just as they begin to glimpse at safety, an ambush strikes. Two other teens spot Amicia and Hugo and use them to their advantage to run. Overwhelmed by soldiers, the chapter ends with a devastating capture. Completing this section unlocks the story trophy, The Raven Spoils. Captured at the end of the previous chapter, Amicia wakes up inside an enemy camp. We meet two teenagers from the end of the previous chapter, lockpicker Melly and her brother Arthur. Escaping with Melly early on, but Hugo is nowhere to be seen, so the main objective becomes finding and rescuing him inside this Inquisition camp. Most of the chapter plays as a stealth puzzle. Amicia starts without her gear, so you move quietly behind Melly, using Arthur's distractions to slip past guards. Arthur's rock throws and time diversions are the tools that open paths through sleeping sentries, tents, and the patrol routes. Hugo is found in a wood chopping area but is surrounded by guards, so you can't free him immediately. After following the diversion pattern and recovering Amicia's sling, it's locked in the chest that Melly can pick. You equip your sling again, break the cage hook, and Melly lockpicks to free Hugo. That reunion is the emotional payoff we needed. Once Hugo is freed, the group must leave the camp. The escape sequence is intense, being hunted by the Inquisition and getting off some slick headshots with the helmetless guards. Arthur creates more distractions and the three of us escape, awaiting Arthur to catch back up. Completing the escape triggers the chapter's story trophy, Damaged Goods. Amicia, Hugo and Melly press onward from the encampment, following a winding path toward what they hope will be safety. Their journey brings them to an old watermill, blocking their way forward. Melly steps in, showing leadership and familiarity with the terrain, and together you manipulate 4 handles to halt the mill, allowing safe passage across the rushing water. A hidden area shows a collectible on the wall, unlocking our trophy, Curiosities Hunter, for finding 13 curiosities in the game. Melly leads everyone into her hideout, a small yet significant moment of peace. Soldiers storm in, so we leave the hideout, and end up regrouping with Lucas, who is being held captive by an Inquisition soldier. As a group, we navigate toward a hidden aqueduct tunnel leading up to the alchemist's castle. Arriving at the castle, the courtyard is enshrouded in darkness and rats. You guide torches and activate hearths to funnel the rats into a pit, forcing back the darkness. Once the rat threat is contained and the courtyard is secured, you are rewarded with the chapter's story trophy, The Path Before Us. Our home is the quickest chapter of the game. The castle is now our temporary home, and whilst exploring, we head down a flight of steps into a crypt. And as Amicia and Hugo stand over a tomb, prompting a moment of quiet remembrance, we unlock the trophy, Tribute. Amicia speaks with Lucas, explaining the pain that Hugo is in. This is due to his condition and requires a specific book held in a library controlled by the Inquisition. At the same time, Melly needs to find her brother Arthur, who still hasn't turned up. So Amicia then joins Melly in the Great Hall, and we leave Hugo with Lucas at the castle while we go off on our first solo adventure, finishing our chapter achieving the trophy, our home. The chapter begins on a quieter note. Before diving into the chaos of the city, Amicia picks a delicate flower near the starting point. This little moment earns the trophy Herbalist for finding all of the flowers. Melly helps Amicia by lockpicking a gate, but from this point on, Amicia is alone. No Lucas, no Hugo, no Melly, just Amicia and her sling. The tone becomes darker, heavier, and much more dangerous. The first encounters showcase clever manipulation of the environment. A guard carrying a lantern stands between Amicia and her path. One precise slingshot shatters the lantern, plunging him into darkness, and in seconds, the rats swarm and devour him. From here, every step is about controlling light and shadow. As we dive deeper into the city, Amicia now experiments with new knowledge and learns Odoris, a powder that lures rats to wherever it's thrown. For the first time, Amicia can actively summon swarms to engulf soldiers, turning the tide of encounters in creative ways. It's a brutal but essential part of survival here, and it's a real gameplay turning point. The goal of this chapter is to reach the university to enter the library section, and after weaving through patrols and rat-infested streets, the gates finally stand before her. There are two ways in. We can sneak through quietly or take the front entrance by force. Choosing the daring route triggers combat with two armoured guards at the main doors. We use Deverantis to knock off the helmets, and we use well-placed slingshots to bring them down. Entering this way rewards the missable trophy the hard way. Entering the cathedral completes the chapter and unlocks the story trophy in the Shadow of Ramparts. Amicia steps deeper into the shadowed university, searching for the ancient tome, the Sanguinis Itinera. The setting feels more oppressive. Soldiers patrol the halls whilst rats slither in the corners, making the library feel much more like a prison than a sanctuary of knowledge. Moving through the cathedral, Amicia overhears some guards talking. Their voices reveal someone important is being held captive, a prisoner of value. Curiosity and survival instinct collide, and Amicia chooses to shadow them, slipping quietly from shadow to shadow. That prisoner turns out to be Roderick, a blacksmith's son. He's strong, imposing, but chained at the mercy of the Inquisition. After carefully stalking the guards and planning to strike, we intervene and free him. Instantly, Rodri becomes more than an ally. He's a fucking powerhouse. He could bash down doors Amicia could never hope to open, creating new paths forward, and in combat, he is a one-man wrecking crew, sneaking up on guards and taking them out with brutal takedowns. Eventually, the roses lead to a grand lecture hall where at the centre lies the book itself. After an Uncharted or Tomb Raider-esque rune puzzle, we reach the lectern and claim the Sanguinis Itinera, the possible key to curing Hugo's bloodline curse.
I can barely believe it.
This is also where we see our villain of the game and the reason for the targeting of Hugo de Rune, the Grand Inquisitor Vitalis, the Emperor Palpatine of the game.
Let the hate flow through you.
He's after Hugo's blood for currently unknown reason. But with the book in hand, we make our escape, achieving the Alchemist trophy for crafting 100 items, and this is from our new craftable Extinguisher for probably what you're guessing.
What? This could change a lot of things.
The chapter fades and the trophy The Way of Roses unlocks, marking a major turning point in the story. Amicia and Roderick return to the castle, followed by Melly and Arthur. She found him. We're all back when Arthur describes another prisoner as Beatrice de Rune, Amicia and Hugo's mother. She was alive after all. Hugo overhears Amicia talking about this, and she mentions to hide it from Hugo. He doesn't need the mixture of emotions right now. Hugo then collapses due to his condition, Lucas describing it as reaching the next threshold. Lucas was setting himself to understand the condition more and gets to work, closing a very fast chapter for the Alive trophy. So early in the chapter, in the core of winter, Amicia passes a makeshift campfire inside the estate walls. On a nearby bench lies the Calamus gift, the final one needed to complete the Orphans collection. Picking it up unlocks the Big Sister trophy. Now this is a long level, and we use the torches around the path to map a route for me and Lucas. Along the path, two guards, they're pinned and dying, swarmed by rats. Instead of ending them recklessly, Amicia must carefully illuminate their surroundings and craft Luminosa to drive the rats back. This compassionate act, saving the dying enemy rather than letting them perish, grants the Merciful trophy. As we reach the de Rune estate, we see Amicia's father dead on the floor but untouched by the rats, as is everybody inside the home. Curious. The rats here are seemingly more aggressive though and intelligent, creating swarms of what I'll label as ratnadoes. Throwing ignifier at them disassembles the ratnadoes for now as we push through into our old home, searching for Beatrice de Rune's old laboratory. We protect Lucas as he pushes a flame-filled cart across a rat swarm road. Upon the end, we get to the hidden laboratory of Beatrice. Lucas uses his time wisely in concocting a remedy for the macula, the disease that has hold of Hugo. The elixir is meant to slow down the process, or thresholds. The chapter ends with us returning to the chateau. Amicia and Lucas immediately administer the elixir to Hugo, which will slow down the harmful effects of the macula and its thresholds. Hugo, now knowing Beatrice is alive, wants to see her, but Amicia, in order to protect him, continues lying to him, triggering our trophy for the end of the level, All That Remains. The next chapter is Penance. Amicia wakes up and Hugo is gone. He knew Amicia was lying and had to run away to find his mother. Amicia heads into a nightmare of guilt before the end of the chapter. Our trophy pops and we're thrust into the next chapter where we're finally little Hugo. Closed away in the Inquisition's bastion, we are determined to find our mother, Beatrice. This chapter is entirely about us as Hugo sneaking through danger, and it changes everything. Throughout the level, we sneak behind Lord Nicholas, following him to find Beatrice's cell. We must stay undetected and tight on Nicholas's heels, because one misstep and that's failure. While shadowing Nicholas, we can slip into a walled courtyard and grab a black nightshade collectible that adds into our botanical record. After grabbing the flower, we must escape to reach the hallway before Lord Nicholas and hide under a cart. This triggers the Captain's Sidekick trophy. It is tricky, but doable. Hugo continues trailing Nicholas into the prison wing, avoiding guards and rats, and eventually he reaches his mother's cell and reunites with her. Hugo straps on his big boy pants as we go off to retrieve the cell key and free her. Once freed, Beatrice explains to Hugo what the macula is, and probably as everyone has figured out by now why the family bodies weren't eaten or the rats acted odd, Hugo can control them. As Hugo, we escape, moving the rats out of the way until the exit isn't the exit, running straight into Vitalis. Vitalis had also been injected with Hugo's blood, giving him the same connection to the rats and plague. Vitalis forces Hugo's hand in defending his mother by making him use his ability and therefore growing his skill and power, clearly wanting to use Hugo. When we finally had enough, the chapter closes with the two of us recaptured and popping the story trophy, Blood Ties. It's been a while since Hugo was taken and the group's panicking at the chateau. But peace doesn't last, and as the rats rise again, flooding the grounds, the Inquisition is tightening its grip. Amicia, Melly, Arthur and Roderick must brace for an assault. Before the chaos escalates, we find a workbench, and now we have all the tools and materials needed to fully upgrade our sling, unlocking the Not a Toy Anymore trophy. And just as the defences seem to hold, Hugo reappears, but he's under the Inquisition's control, and at his side, the ruthless Lord Nicholas. Arthur distracts Lord Nicholas as Amicia tries to confront Hugo, and obviously, that's not going to work out. We must now snuff out Nicholas's flaming sword with Deverantis and Extinguish in this epic boss battle. Every time we extinguish his flaming sword, we use Hugo to let the rats devour him. The courtyard becomes a swirling storm of firelight, stone and screeching vermin. At last, Nicholas falls, consumed by the very plague he sought to control. To not let Arthur's sacrifice be in vain, the group decide to take the fight to Vitalis. To the death.
To the death. To the death.
This chapter was epic, but closing with the Remembrance story trophy, marking both survival and a deep, painful fracture in their journey. Just like that, chapter 16, Coronation. So our aim here is to get the alchemist carts, final bit of the collectibles, and obviously finish chapter 16. In the last mission we did manage to upgrade our sling, which is great. So we just need to upgrade the equipment now to max, which is pocket, the ammunition bag, and the atarail. There is rumours of a glitch that allows you to upgrade everything. So by the end of the game, if we haven't got everything upgraded, might be the last trophy we get. Tell Roderick to go and take down these guys. Oh, it's the break. Looks like the last alchemist card. It is resource sharing. Enter into the 5 alchemist carts. Beautiful. Okay, if we extinguish this, yeah, the rats come up. We get good old Hugo.
You're safe, Roderick.
blatantly didn't die to those guys last time. Rats on the big guy. Absolutely destroyed, son. Okay, I can see, I think, the final flower in the game.
Survived all this?
Yes, it's a warrior.
Hugo, give it to me. Botanist. Gold trophy. Find all the flowers. Ooh, another one towards the platinum. Okay. What's this? People needing help. You know what? Fucking get him. Flash. Flash. Come on. Show your face. Get lashed. Oh, ho, ho, ho. This alleyway. You knew it. Oh. Ah, this is the hidden trophy. Coming up.
Let's go.
Roderick's house? Oh, they burnt his father's forge. Gee, you can see the blacksmith sign on there.
I know how you feel.
And everyone's just like lost all their homes. They're just burnt to the ground.
Never take that away from you.
Game was absolutely brutal.
You're right.
Incredible and amazing, but it's brutal. The blacksmith. Silver trophy. Find Roderick's forge. Okay, Roderick's pushing the cart. Am I on archer duty? Apparently they've hit Roderick. Apparently they have hit Roderick. Whip. He's out. Whip. Whip. I can hear him just heavy breathing, man. And defend. Oh, I got it, but Roderick's gonna be, yeah, covered in arrows. Oh, the man, the myth. Roderick's an absolute beast. I know what's gonna happen now. Yeah, the martyr. Oh man, gutted for him. He was beast. Such a good character.
I'm sorry.
His character lives on. What an absolute unit he was.
We have to go.
Oh, it's just like so disturbing, this game with the faces of death. You can just see Roderick there by the gates. Honestly, that one sucks. Okay, reach the cathedral. We are here. Get rid of that. Oh, fuck. What? What? And the book here on the floor is our final curiosity. And we get our gold trophy. Find all curiosities. Curiosities collector. Now to continue with the end of the level. We're now inside the cathedral with old Emperor Palpatine. He's got Beatrice the Rune all caged up like a proper bad guy now. He could not look more evil at this point. Vitalis also with the macula becomes more dangerous than ever, but is he more dangerous than Hugo? It's time to find out. We start off with a giant rat nado off. Vitalis means business. He's hidden underneath a cover of rats that we're going to have to get rid of with dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Once Hugo can rat nado Vitalis' cover off, a good old Amicia sling whip should crack the old man's head. Tell you what, that slingshot to the face is just brutal. Bury it over here so I can keep it away from the center. That, I'm gonna do it again. I run. Get rid of this. And get Hugo to do it through the center. The side rats don't get in the way. Batter him. And give him an old whip to the front. Watcha! He's like, ah! Go, 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 go. Go on, Hugo. Please. Please say it works. Please say it works. I might not have messed it up. I might have got it. I might have got it. Third time's a charm. Oh, in the face. I'm so sorry, sir. Oh, that sling to the head. 3 slings he took. How angry Hugo is. What a brilliant game. Now, it's not over yet. We still have the epilogue left. But as the story goes, whoo, that was great. Coronation, that's chapter 16. With Vitalis defeated and the mother rescued, all is better with the corrupted plague. Everything has seemingly gone back to normal. Amicia and Hugo have an emotional leave as they head away with Lucas and Beatrice, who is resting from what I imagine will be a very long time. Melly left, she took her own path, but she was a crucial part of the group and story. And we ride off into the sunset for our penultimate trophy, Knights. And now for our final trophy of the game, which a little glitch can help you get all of the equipment maxed out. Here we go, upgrading all of our bags with the glitch.
The book. Remember Lucas said
Getting there, it's working.
the path is strewn with roses.
One more to
Where
go.
will I find roses here?
Containers, and up one more. Here we go for the platinum. Here we go for the platinum. Handful of pockets, silver trophy with a little glitch.
Not bad at
Who
all.
cares?
This should make
And Innocence, the platinum trophy,
should come in handy.
is ours. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks to our NC Collective for the amazing support as always. And if you would like to support the channel, consider becoming a member. Join the Discord in the description below and check out another video like the one on screen now. Thanks for watching, guys.